Alright, so this is the Polar Lights 1/350 scale. This would be the officer's lounge that is kit provided for the original, well, not the original, but the older version of the model kit that I have. So the one that was released as the A, and then you can have the option to, of course, do the motion picture version, or Star Trek 1 through 3. So here's the kit provided model piece for it. The officer's lounge, pretty good for the time, and basically based off of what was thought to be how the officer's lounge would have been on the USS Enterprise. But so this is the original. Comes with those fake trees. Comes with the the lovely walls, and the back area there is where you can put in the decals that have the the warp engines featured as they are. Pardon the dust in the background there. So it's not a bad kit piece. It's with some modifications. I've seen some people make it look really, really good, and I actually enjoy their version of it. I wasn't going to be too bothered with using that if I had to. So I'm actually going to be using two different versions for the two kits that I'll be building, which is, of course, the Enterprise A and the original Enterprise. The original Enterprise being, which is oddly enough, from the old kit. And I think I've already said this in a previous video. Sorry. Focus. So, you get the workbench, or the benches, the seating, looks pretty good for detail. The fake trees, like I said, but you could snip those off, make it a little more accurate. Change, obviously this is pre-painted. It's not. This is very raw from the kit. I haven't done anything to it besides, and I still need to clean it off because this is very dirty. It's old. This is like my first version of the kit that I had, and so over the years I've been planning and watching videos and trying to come up with my own plans for making the model kit myself. And so in doing so, I've come across some actually really good and accurate as far as some of the set plans that they had for this room and what they were going to feature on the motion picture, which I'll show you now. And this is like I said, this is the old version, but this is the version that I'll be building into my model, which hopefully it shows up very good on the video. So this is the version that I'm going to be using. There's a little damage right here. Oh, I'm sorry, right here. But that's easily fixed. And this is actually based off the set plans for the original, the motion picture. The floor plan. This was originally planned to be featured, but then they had to scale back for the motion picture, either due to budget or time constraints. I know the budget was going over crazy when they first started. So this is a piece from Shapeways, a guy named Spaceway Parts. He has the plans for it, or the original data file for it, and it looks like really good. I can't wait to add this to my kit. When I get the one that I'm going to be using for the Enterprise A, I'll show you that one too. And but right now, this is the one I have. And this is the one I'll be using for the Enterprise, the motion picture version. So I'm going to colorize it. I might use the original colors they used in the motion picture, or I might do the version where, it's a little bit different colors. But I'm not sure. It'll definitely be the Enterprise that I'm building, but whether or not it's the same overall color scheme inside this piece, I don't know. but it looks really good, really accurate as far as the way that the plans looked. They show those plans, and I have seen them in Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise, and I know that they used them for what was going to be planned for that kit. And it looks really good. These pieces are to be lit right here. You know, there's the seating, there's a little botanical garden thing that goes right here, which is really cool. I'm going to have it lit up real nice. I'm going to put the lighting right in those little alcove lighting fixtures right there. But yeah, I've seen the plans for this, and I was surprised when I saw the Shapeways part because of how accurate and, you know, how much time the guy took to make it. He did a great job. And I've got some other parts too that I'm going to be showing you shortly here that I have so far from same thing, Shapeway parts. It's really, really nice for getting aftermarket parts that accurize the ship a little bit. So right now I'll show you if I can find it. So I accidentally butchered this one by trying to protect my kit from falling. So this one got a little messed up, but it's got some good detail to it. I'm going to be buying another 2 of these, one for each of the Enterprises that I'm building. But yeah, it gives a forced perspective version of the wreck deck so that you can see inside, and it gives really good detail. Same place, Shapeway Parts by Spaceway Parts, I believe is his name. So, really nice detail. If I hadn't butchered the side there, it'd actually be really nice. And no, it's not styrene, so that the styrene glue does not work. Normal model glue doesn't work on it. As you see, I tried to fix it, and it did not work. So don't use that if you end up breaking the piece like I did. But I'm just going to order a new one. This gives you kind of the idea, like what to expect when you get these parts, because they're really, really, really nice. I like them. The detail's really good. You know, for the force perspective, it'll look great. And then they give for the display back there, you know, when they're watching the video of watching V'ger, you know, destroying the station. That's the they have a print for that, like a film print for you, so you can put that behind there and like backlight it and make it look really cool. And that'll also give you the detail for the ships back there, which, I mean, it's so hard to see. You think, well, you won't be able to see it from inside the model, and you probably won't, but at least not too much. But I don't mind putting in a little extra effort for that. So there's that one. And then it's really nice when it was all together. Just picture it like, you know, like that. It looked great. It was perfect. Beautiful. I'll show you too when I'm done painting it, because that'll probably be edited into this video too. So when I cut away here, we'll show you painting and show you what I do to, when I get the real part, I'll end up showing you how I paint these. This is a little different than the normal styrene. So it's, you know, a 3D print of an object, not a actual sheet styrene or anything. So so this is the older kit that I'm showing you the old parts from, like that. So one of the newer parts that I also got besides that, so there's 3 newer parts, and that's actually this guy. Here's the next one. Sorry, here. So the original part, not too bad really. For the most part, it was really nice. The difference was these right here. So on the kit provided part, they go pretty much parallel, where they don't actually, you know, if the line kept going, it wouldn't intersect with the other. But these, they're actually angled just a little bit. And I had to look it up, because even though I love the Enterprise, I didn't even really notice that the model had that odd difference. So, but this one I got a little more coarse. They do have like a finer version of this that you can get. This one, if you can see on the video, I doubt it, but it's a little more coarse than regular sheet styrene, unlike this one. You know, that's smooth, but you can just sand it. So I just have to sand this down, get a little bit more smooth. But otherwise, the accuracy is really good. Fitment's really good for the where it fits into the actual model. So here's the other next part. And it just clicks right in, just like the original part did. And there's a little bit more detail that I have to add to this one because there is I didn't notice this either on the studio model, but there's actually like a scribed line right there. Like right here. I never noticed it. Kind of continues on this line almost. So, I'm going to add that on. And so I'm going to smooth this out, add that on, and then we'll paint it, or prime and paint it afterwards. And getting it looking all pretty like. Make it look all pretty. And then we'll do the same for the Enterprise A, because this is mine. I totally didn't put that in the right spot. Smart. So yeah, it looks really good actually. And it fits really nice. There's no issues with the fitment. So this is my model that I have been sitting on for, I don't know, about 14 years. As you can see, it's in various stages of painting, and it's not done in the slightest. And now I'm going to be tackling 2 of these at the same exact time. So this is Project Enterprise and the sister ships. So I've got 2 sister ships, and which is funny because this kit I'm making into the Enterprise, and then this kit I'm making into the Enterprise A, which is hilarious because they flip-flopped what they were. Somebody finally remembered that, hey, that's also the Enterprise. This is called a refit. But, so here's the bottom of the secondary hull. And as you can see, so this is the Enterprise bottom. And with the Enterprise bottom, yeah, I've got some work to clean this up. I haven't sanded the outside of this yet, so basically I have been so busy over the years that I've barely tapped into this at all. But as you can see, for some reason, well, I know the reason, but there was a mounting point right here for when you mount it to the stand, and it's not good. It's a very bad mount. The whole thing. This is the piece of plastic that it was supposed to mount into, and it was horrible. It was just a really dumb idea. I didn't like it from the get-go because when you look at it, okay, so that's supposed to sit in there, fine. It's probably the best one out of the 3 mounting points that it's supposed to have. One of the other ones. But, so here's the other mounting point. And this sticks into one sticks into the ship, like that. And the other mounts into the mount, like so. So that's the ship point. And that's the, into the stand point. Like that. So, and it goes into a very dumb spot on the model. So this is the mounting point for where this would mount onto the stand. Just dumb, in my personal opinion. But I mean, I've seen some people do it, and it's not so bad. But I mean, I guess if you're going to be like taking the model off, if it wasn't lit, which I am lighting the whole thing, but if it wasn't lit, it's actually not the worst thing, because, I mean, it might be okay to, like, take it off the stand after that. Oh, look at that. Or is it the other way? It might be the other way. No, it's gotta be that way. So, yeah. So this is where that would mount into the stand, and then that mounts into the saucer section. Beautiful, right? I mean, it's a cool looking piece, but it's basically, I mean, it's not very thick plastic. So, not horrible. I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself there, because I really do think it's horrible. But so some other parts that I'm going to be having for this ship coming in from Shapeways, which I'm really excited for, is, first of all, let's put that out there. Along with new Accurized, I'm going to get, like I said, two more of these, because I am putting this into the Enterprise A too. And probably a different color scheme for both of them, though. Getting a new bridge from Shapeways. More accurate. Doesn't have these mounting pegs, but it'll also have the pieces I need for when I move the bridge forward just a little bit, so I can have the spotlight onto the nameplate. And then, my Shapeway guy is doing awesome, and I will definitely promote him all day long. He's got a new part for this, much more accurate. It's a lot like the part from Don's Light and Magic. May he rest in peace. He was a great guy, from what I hear, and he made awesome parts for the Enterprise to Accurize it as well. So he made a better version of the Impulse deck, which was a lot more accurate. The Impulse engines were, I should say the Impulse engines were much more accurate. The shape is not quite right. The angle's a little too far down, and I think it's too wide down here at the bottom. And like the real Impulse deck is a little bit different. So the Shapeways Spaceway guy, he just released it not that long ago. I follow him a lot, and I am going to be buying a lot of parts from him. So he just released a new Impulse deck, a new Impulse Crystal, and then, so I'm going to be buying 2 sets of that. Really reasonably priced too, for what they are. I mean, I'm going to be spending a lot of extra money on both of these 2 models to accurize and, just try to get my version of what I think is accurate out there, because there's a lot of, like, I mean, everybody's going to do it a little different, and I'm not saying they're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm going to be right, so that's pretty cool. I mean, for like a general look, not bad, like, not that far off, not far enough off where it's like a huge issue, but ever since I saw somebody accurize it, I just have wanted to for that long, so I'll have that going. And then, of course, the new model of the Enterprise A that I'm going to be building has this part already, so I'm not going to be using this one. In fact, I might end up using the newer version for the bottom. That way I don't have to fill this in. But I probably won't, because I want to use as much as my old kit as possible. I already chipped these out on purpose, so that when the shuttle bay is in there, it actually sits further back. The way the part's just a slight bit off, I guess, is what I'm told. So, and then when you do that, it actually sits correctly against the back of the shuttle bay, or the entrance to the shuttle bay. So yeah, I'm rambling on, I know. This will probably be cut down at least a little bit. So this is what I've done so far. Light blocked it. I know it's dusty. It's been sitting around for a while. It'll be dusted by the time I do the next video. Some little bit more light blocking probably is needed. I need to clear out the trenches here for painting, which I should have done in the beginning. Or not painting, for gluing, actually, not for painting. I'm sorry. So, be doing that. But yeah, you'll notice the difference between, I'm sure plenty of people have said this, but the difference between the Enterprise bottom and the Enterprise A bottom, which is a slight bit different. These grid lines for one. A little bit up here, like this part right here. It's just a little different up here. So there's some slight differences. Yes, it's dirty. I have to clean them up. This model's been waiting for me for a long time. I'm finally getting some time where I can do it, and I want to showcase the whole build. Though, I will tell you, I am building the sister ships, the Enterprise and the Enterprise A. Sorry for the noise. And I'm building them side by side. Both are, you know, one gets one thing and the other one gets another. The thing I'm waiting for the Enterprise A is the new shuttle bay. And they had a really nice looking kit that fit in here. And it made it the A version. Looked great, looked awesome. The company, not as awesome. I have been waiting since it is September, and I ordered it in December, and I still don't have it. So I'm going to be, I've been in contact with them, but they keep putting it off. They now only sell the 3D print files, so they don't actually, they don't print them anymore. So I spent, you know, it was a decent amount, $80 on it. Like $78 with shipping, which they have not even shipped anything to me. So would I recommend them? No. As far as I can tell, they are a sham. You know, it's hard to believe a Star Trek group would be part of a sham, so I wouldn't use them. I would use Shapeways and this guy named Spaceway Parts. His parts are very nice, reasonably priced too. They do 3D print them themselves, so you don't have to have like a 3D printer, which is what the 3D printer, and they don't do the 3D printing anymore. Pretty much just lost all my money from that, and I would I'll try to steer you away from them, and their practices not so great. I would go, like I said, Spaceways, but they are going to be selling on Spaceway or Shapeways soon, and I would steer clear of them. So just a friendly warning. You can obviously buy if you want. My experience with them has not been good, so I would just a fair warning. Not saying that they do that for everybody, but as of this video, they have not given me my parts, and I will probably be in contact with them soon. Just try one more time to get the parts, and I have a feeling they're going to tell me to take a hike. And if that's what they end up doing, I will let you know. And then, but the moral of the story is just buy on Shapeways, and they do have Spaceways is selling his version of the Enterprise A shuttle bay, and you will get your shuttle bay no matter what. I ordered all three of these at the same exact time, and it came about a week or two early than it said it was going to, and it only took about a week or two at the most. I think it took like 4 days to print them, and then it took me, I think I got them a few days after they got done printing. Reasonably priced for shipping. They give you updates how they're printing, and then they send them to you. like a a proper website should. I don't mean to slander anybody, but I would just a word of caution, okay? You're free to do as you wish. They have some really nice looking stuff. Their business practice, not as good, from my personal experience. And I'll leave it up to you. But yeah, so see, you can see like the coarse rings of printing. And like I said, for this one, they have a smoother version. You can get the smoother version. This one is pretty expensive, actually. So this one was not. This version is actually really cheap. I think it was $20. And the one that's like really smooth is like $60 or $70. So I don't think I wanted to spend that much money on just that. These were pretty cheap. I think these were like $20 each, something like that. $23. Very smooth. This is the smoothest you can get. And so I won't have to do any sanding when I get the new ones. Like dynamite, though. Just such great craftsmanship, man. I mean, those 3D printers are just great. And his files on these are just beautiful. And that forced perspective, I've put it in the model. I'd put it in there right now for you, but it's not going to be justified. You know, won't give it the real feel for you. Not until I get further along with the model. But when I do, I'll show you. Like this one is beautiful. I love this one. This is my favorite one. I just love the detail. I did chip that. That was me, not them. So I'll just have to add that corner back in. Otherwise it'll look like that. And that corner looks awesome. And then if you can see, it's hard to see, but those are actually away from the wall. Which is just ridiculously cool. So you can put like a little light back there if you wanted to. So I might build the ceiling onto this, or when you see the model, you would never see the ceiling, of course, because you would never get low enough to look down there. But, you know, just to hide, I think I'll have to drill a hole here onto that wall so I can get that lit right there, where you won't see all the wires. And then I think I'm going to put lighting back here. Like a little small SMD back there on either side. Maybe drill a hole behind there. Ooh, sorry, dirty nail. But yeah, it's really cool looking. Super impressed. Shapeways. Guy named Spaceway Parts. Awesome guy. Coming out with more and more Star Trek stuff. I'm going to be using his stuff for a lot of other Star Trek builds that I want to do. Like he has some really cool extra parts from other models that I'm going to do too. But just dynamite. I mean, look at that. That just is so cool looking. And not to harp on the original part too much, but holy cow. The two side by side, it's not even funny. And this is like I said, this is the way that the original was planned to be. So this one was the way that the original was planned to be. And this is how the model kit wants the part to be. And it's not that bad. It's not bad at all, really. I mean, gives you an idea of what you're looking at, you know. And as long as you snip those little trees off, though. Those little trees are just not cool. I don't think you can make those look good. But the rest of that part is actually not bad. And it's got similar features like that couch right there. That's right there, you know. So it's not bad. You know, this one gives you a little bit of a pond kind of thing you can do. And then it goes back, and this is where Spock and, you know, McCoy and Kirk were. And you can get, I think I'm going to use that kit supplied one that you would put here in behind that part. you know, so that it can have the view screen going on, like they did in the motion picture. What they ended up using in the motion picture, the theatrical version, or the, you know, director's cut version, which was cool. So, yeah, beautiful part. Looks great. Inside the model fits just perfectly. I do have aftermarket parts for other things too. I'm going to pause this real quick and then come back and I'll show you some other parts that I have. Alright, so now we're back, and as you can see, I have the photo etch parts from Paragraphics. A wonderful, wonderful set that I will be fully utilizing here. So this Paragraphics set is just awesome. There are some things I won't be using, and there are a lot of things that I will be using. For instance, the ring right here for the around the deflector dish, definitely going to be using. I don't think I'll be using the doors for the shuttle bay, but I might. I'm not sure yet. If I can utilize them correctly, I will definitely use them. Definitely going to be using the arboretum walls there to add the detail into there. Definitely those. Definitely the shuttle bay. Definitely the window frames for both the officer's lounge and the arboretum. Now here is the photo etch version of the officer's lounge. It's actually really good. I have no complaints about it. I might be using their ceiling as a reference and using it on that one or the new version of that that I get from Shapeways. And there's the girders that you see on in the shuttle bay. Definitely the door for the what is that? The onboarding part of the ship on the saucer section, and some cargo doors, which I'll be using. More girders. So there is a lot of really cool stuff on this that is just amazing. Can't say more about Shapeways or the Paragraphics, because it is beautiful. Mine got a little dinged up, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Nothing that... see, I have kids, so my kids kind of bent it just a little bit, I think. But I don't think that's a problem. So here's the ends of the caps of the nacelles right there. So that looks cool. Some railings, handguards, railings, whatever. So, some really cool stuff. Beautiful. I've spent a lot of money on this. Now, I think when I do the Enterprise A, there's not much on here that I need, and I don't actually need these either, because this is for behind the bridge. Sorry. I don't think I'll need that. But I will be needing these, because the new part, I think, will utilize that. Quite nice, from Shapeways. So I'm going to use that. I think that's the Dawn Lights and Magic one, because this is the normal... Ooh, sorry, my finger's in the totally wrong spot. This is the normal impulse engine grills. So I believe that's true. And that fits into there. But I think this is the shape of the Dawn's Light and Magic ones, which I think is more accurate. So it'll look really cool. So I will be buying this Paragraphics kit again for the Enterprise A. This is my version for the Enterprise. And I think I'll be using most of this. Highly recommend. Beautiful work. It'll end up adding a lot more detail. I've seen it done before. I obviously haven't done it yet myself, but the amount of detail that you can get out of this is just... I mean, it'll bring your model to the next level on its own without even going to the Shapeways stuff. But I want to utilize this and Shapeways and just see where I'm at, you know. So this might be broken down into a few videos. This might be part 2 or part 3. I want to showcase, this is for my reference, I want to showcase, I do have, here's the instruction manual for the Paragraphics kit, which is just great. There's the girders, the handrails. I guess it's just showing the handrails basically right now. But yeah, there's so many cool things. Great instructions too. Ever looked at it? They have these little cutout guys for windows. You can use those if you want. I won't. I kind of want the windows to be clean, just open. I know you can add the figurines or the shadow figures to add more detail. It's cool. I don't want to do it, but that's not, you know, not gonna knock anybody else for doing it, because that's cool too. But definitely gonna be using the whatever they call these things, the ports, the port doors there. I'm going to be utilizing those because the original is not horrible. It's definitely passable. These just have better detail, if you can see it. Yeah, see, that's the problem with a lot of the other videos and the pictures that they have online. They don't give you enough detail. I don't know why they wouldn't want to showcase the detail. Nobody can really, like, I mean, you could, I guess, 3D print your own, or print your own version of this if you wanted to. I wouldn't know how to do it. But this is just, like, here's a really good close-up of the detail that you get with this. Really cool kit. It's cheap as hell. Even for a poor guy like me. That's not the date I got it, is it? No, that's not the date I got it. 2012. I think that's the date that they updated it. I think that's the original 2009 was when they did the first release. And then they did a supplementary version. And then they put both the kits together and came up with that. This kit, I mean. And this is a much better kit. So yeah, there's the high detail. Here, I'll show you that one real quick because that's really cool. The doors. The door for the kit supplied part isn't horrible, but this just looks better, more accurate. You know, the brass is easy to anneal. I have a torch that I'll torch it just to relax it and anneal it, and then we'll get the snipping everything out and start adding it to things. And alright, here, let's see if we can get a good detail of that. Minus the crack. The only downside to these parts, I'll give them, is the just how fragile they are. I'd say they're more fragile than that, obviously. That is like a tough cookie. That one's been through the ringer. I cleaned it up today, but it's survived. It has no chips at it whatsoever. It's tough. These are a little more fragile, but the detail on it is way higher. It's cheap for the most part. I mean, I'm going to buy another one. Two of them, actually. One for each ship. One for the Enterprise, one for the Enterprise A. And we'll see how that goes. So this is the end of the video for now. I will show you one more part before we go. This is my original. I'll show you the next one. I'll probably edit the video together so that both of the decals are together. But these are the original decals for the older version of the model kit. And I'm glad that it comes with both sets of the Enterprise and the Enterprise A, because I have backups now. Because if you look at this, I believe this is the Enterprise Originals pennant right there. And it must have taken some damage sometime, because it is just a little bit damaged. It's the only one, too. It's the only pennant that took damage. So I have the Enterprise A's if I wanted. I believe the Enterprise A is the lighter version. I'm not 100%. I'll double check on that, but oh well. Still some good looking decals, though. All right. Well, till next time, happy modeling. Happy modeling, even. Or modeling? Modeling. Have a good one.